Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, I know a lot of you are working from home now with everything that's going on, and so I want to give some tips to help you stay more focused and more productive when working from home. Now, I've worked from home in business for years. I've had offices, co-working spaces, and work from home. And I've always noticed when I have to go from office to working from home, it almost seems like we're more busy having to do more and getting less done that we want to do when we start working from home. Can anybody say aye to this? Or when our patterns shift, when our schedules shift, when things change that we're not used to doing, that we shift and we have a hard time focusing and staying on track. Anybody else deal with this? Or maybe you have a hard time finding the time to do the things that you want to do, that you need to do in your business, with your family, around the house, and it seems like there's just not enough time to get everything done. There's not enough time to schedule things in. You can't find a single free minute to schedule things. Anybody experience this? In fact, everybody who has probably started working from home, if you go from an office setting or just the shift that's happened in the world today over the last couple of weeks, is experiencing this. I know even I have a little bit. Here are some tips. You have to be intentional with your time, meaning you have to choose, I'm going to set aside time as if I was going to an office, as if I was going somewhere, intentionally getting up on time, intentionally having structure and a schedule for yourself every single day. Otherwise, you will allow what happens in your day to dictate that for you. You will allow what you are experiencing to choose for you how much you're going to get done. And then at the end of the week, I've talked to people this week, man, they still couldn't find 5 minutes to do something that could drastically change their life. They couldn't find 5 minutes because of all the things going on in their life. And so we have to be intentional. You know what? I get it. All that stuff is going on. All that stuff is going on around us. But you are the one in control of choosing to take 5 minutes. You're also in control of choosing to not take 5 minutes. And so you have to take ownership over the fact that this is the time that I'm set aside. You have to intentionally say, nothing can get in the way with this. This is how you do health and fitness. This is how you build a business. This is how you are successful when chaos is going on around you. You make it important. You make it intentional. Nothing can get in the way of that. And you set intentional blocks of time to where I'm going to spend my time doing this right now, get done as much as I can in that time, be okay with the fact that it's A, not going to be perfect, B, I'm probably not going to get everything done, but I'm going to have forward momentum and progress. And we celebrate that forward momentum and progress because every single day it compounds over time. When I launched my social media ads that work course that I just put up, I was having a hard time focusing, recording that every single day. And so what I did was I did a shift. I said, you know what? 10 to noon every day. Or if I can't do 10 to noon because my schedule is a little off, there's a plan B, 1 to 3 every day. And so I would shift either between 10 to noon or 1 to 3. And I would bounce between the two depending on what I had to do that day. That's when I record. That's when I produce my product. That's when I create my product. In the mornings, I commit to making content, recording content. I have block time that, people ask me, why do you only do coaching in the afternoon? Well, because that's my block time that I have dedicated to open up for meetings. I don't take them at 9 a.m. I get it. I have clients, they're like, I can only talk to you at 9 a.m. I'm so sorry, I have another meeting then. I have another time I have to do that. Or maybe you're at home, you got kids, you got family, you got a lot of stuff to deal with. You cannot allow what's going on around you to dictate your choices. You have to learn to set up structure, even in your life. And many times we're worried, is this going to offend the people in our family? Are they not going to come on board with us? Are they going to be upset with us because we're saying that we need to do this? This is an issue of boundaries and an issue of saying, hey, listen, I need to take some time here and then we can do this. Being intentional to set time aside to work with everybody instead of against. Stop working uphill. Stop trying to shovel snow while it's still snowing. Set aside time when it works to intentionally do things. Now, I know a lot of people, they say, well, that's what I do. And then 2-3 weeks go by and they still haven't done anything. Well, that's because, again, you're probably waiting for the perfect moment to get started with something because you're worried that if you don't do it perfectly, that it's not worth starting in the first place. That's where you need to get past that. You might have had experiences in the past where you didn't do something completely perfectly and you felt bad or you got punished for it. Forward progress, making the best of your situation is what we need to do right now. Making the best of the situation that you're in right now in your home, no matter what chaos is going on around you. We can intentionally choose to not do one thing for a short period of time. Say, listen, I'm not going to do this thing that I normally do. Maybe it's scrolling on social media. Maybe it's watching Netflix at night that day. Maybe it's playing video games. Which, by the way, I watch Netflix, scroll on social media, and play video games on a regular basis myself. But when it's time to put my nose down, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to open that up. I'm not going to look at that right now. And maybe you're like, well, I don't do those things. Yeah, but you have other things that you do. You have other things that you're doing. Or maybe you're like, none of this stuff is optional, Jeremiah. You don't get it. It's all important. It all has to be done. And I hear that one from a lot of people. Great. So figure out a structure that lets you do what you need to do to leverage everything and make your priorities in order. Prioritize and execute. Prioritize what needs to be done at this moment in time. Create a structure and a schedule. Maybe this often points to people that you're afraid of structure, that it doesn't give you the freedom and the liberty to do what you want to do. You need to choose to allow yourself to be in structure. Don't let what's happening around you dictate or choose that for you. Don't let the experiences that you're having in your life dictate the structure for you. You are able to create the structure in your life. This is your business. This is your life. Nobody is making you do anything. And right now, it's funny. Yeah, okay. Many of us are made to where we can't go out right now. But that gives us more freedom in our daily lives and in our homes. But I've talked to some people, and even this week, they're like, I'm at home, and I'm noticing I have less time than when I was out. That's because you're allowing the things that are happening around you to suck your time away because of a misappropriation of priorities and structure. Based on what you believe about getting things done, based on what you believe about what it means if you don't do everything perfect, based on what you believe about what needs to happen for you to finally be okay and have permission to do what you want to or need to do. You don't need anybody's permission to do what's going to help you. Choose yourself intentionally. Give yourself permission. Give yourself grace to learn. Give yourself grace to not have to do everything perfect. Give yourself grace to do as much as you can do, and the rest will take care of itself. At the same time, set intentional structure points in your day. Set intentional structure and time. Or I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that in my life. I'm not going to let anything get in front of me doing what I know that I need to do at this moment in time. That time is blocked out, set aside. If things come in, if 1,000 things come up that I need to do during that time, they can wait. And that might be hard for you to do. You need to do that. It's not optional. And when you start to do that, you'll start to realize, wow, you know what? The world didn't crumble. The world didn't crash. My world didn't get destroyed by me taking an hour to focus on that one thing, to finding how I can set up structure for this. If you're not willing to set up structure, then you essentially need to choose, I'm not willing to build a business. I'm not willing to go after my goals. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have no structure and have goals. It's not possible. So, choose. Are you going to only focus on that one thing and do those things? Don't lie to yourself and say, well, I have these goals, and then not make it an intentional effort to go do them. Don't tell yourself a story that eventually one day I'm going to finally be able to do those things that you still haven't made any forward progress on in weeks or months or years. You have to be the one that's intentional. Stop waiting for another person to activate you in your goals. Stop waiting for somebody to give you permission. You have permission today to choose what you're going to do at this moment, that moment in time, to structure and create the life that works and serves you. So what are you waiting for? If you need some help with this is what I do a lot of coaching with people with. And right now I have a special on coaching on my website. You can schedule 15 minutes of a free call with me where we talk about stuff. I can't, have a back and forth dialogue with you over this video. I only know as much as what people tell me in the comments or they send me in DMs. I don't know your situation that you're going through. I'd love to know that. I'd love to hear that from you on the phone. And right now I'm doing coaching until May 1st. It's $200 for 1 hour or a 4-hour package for $700 for coaching in your business to help you start to build and grow to reach those goals that you have for yourself. If you're ready to take your life and your business to the next level, I want to help you. Set up that 15-minute call and we'll talk soon. Grow your life, everybody. Have a good one.